Hello, everybody. Today we're ranking and taking a look at every Marvel 2025 set that is released this year. This will be a list of 25 sets. It will not include the magazine foil packs because that's just minifigures and it's not that easy to rank them in a ranking and it's just kind of useless. So yeah, just let's get on to number 25. Number 25 is the Miles Morales mask. I don't think this is a set a lot of people asked for. It doesn't really look that good in my opinion. I think it looks nice next to the normal Spider-Man set, but it's just the Spider-Man set but with a different nameplate and some color swaps. I think it's just fine for what it is, but it's just such a useless set that probably nobody wanted. So yeah, that's just why it's number 25. It's also already overpriced with 70 euros. Yeah, that's just way too overpriced. So for number 24, we got the Team Spidey Dino Crawler Chase. This is one of these Spidey sets. I think these are cool for just young kids because they are big, they are fairly well priced. For this one is 30 euros. I think for normal 4 plus sets that aren't Spidey teams, it's probably been 50 euros, maybe even more expensive. So I think this is a fairly good set. Not really that good, but I'm just ranking these Spidey sets on which I like better than the other, and this is just the one I like the least. For our next set, we have the Spidey and Gobby's Raptor Battle at Treehouse HQ. This is another one of these Spidey sets. I really like the Dino versions of the Spider-Man and the Green Goblin. It only has two normal minifigures, which is kind of weird, but yeah, you have these Dino versions of the other characters. I think the build is also a bit weird, but I think it looks fairly good, and if I was a younger kid, I would probably really love the set just to play with it. But yeah, it's just a cool build, and I like the set in general. And for number 22, we got our last Spidey and Friends set, which is the Spin and Electro Dinosaur Vehicle Chase. This is the best one out of the sets. This is only 20 euros for this kind of build. I think this is a really good price. It kind of looks like the 4 Plus set that released in the summer of this year for Ninjago. But yeah, I think the figures are good. It's just nice to get for 20 euros. But yeah, with that being said, let's move on to number 21. So for number 21, we got the Captain America versus Thanos 4 Plus set. This is yet another one of those 4 Plus sets that's just way too overpriced. You got Thanos again, which has come in so many of those 4 Plus sets, and so many just comic themed sets in general. Why don't we get other villains like Doctor Doom, which is way cooler than Thanos? Thanos has been seen way too many times. Give us another villain. But yeah, with that being said, let's move on to number 20. Number 20 is the first and only polybag of this year, the Venom's Museum Robbery. You get Venom and Spider-Man in this set, which I think is kinda lame because Spider-Man is in almost every set every year. And Venom is just a villain that has been in sets way too often the last years. I think another hero or villain would have been cooler, like maybe Black Panther, Iron Man would even be cooler. But yeah, it's just a kind of lame polybag, and another polybag would be better than this. With number 19, we're taking a look at the newest series of this year and probably next year for Star Wars and Marvel too. The busts. This is Iron Man's bust. I think this is the weaker of the two. I think the busts are also very overpriced for 60 euros. You only get basically a quarter of a figure. While next year for only double the price, you get a whole figure, which is just way better. And Iron Man not having arm printing is just diabolical. Spider-Man gets arm printing in his best set. Iron Man gets arm printing in his full figure set next year. So I just think it's weird that he doesn't have arm printing. And I just don't like the concept of busts in general. It's just the mask series, but with a upper body part basically. So yeah, that's just kind of weird. Number 18 is in my opinion the superior bust set, being the Iron Spider bust. Definitely looks better than the Iron Man set because we don't have that much Spider-Man big figures, helmet sets, in my opinion. And I think it looks good with those spikes at the end. And That is figure has leg printing and dual molding is just awesome to me. I love how the Iron Spider looks, and that's just why this is the superior bust. Number 17 is our first actual playset, not including the 4 plus set. This is the Avengers Endgame Final Battle set. They've been making way too much Endgame sets, and this is just basically a fat blaze plate with a lot of portals on it for 100 euros. The figures are great, Ant-Man could have used leg printing and Wanda could have had her skirt, but I think this is just way too overpriced for what you get, and this could definitely be 80 euros and it would sell better. For number 16 we have Iron Man and War Machine versus Hammer Drones. I think the builds in the set are good, but for the price it's just horrible because you get all the battle pack things, because you have the fighting forces or the evil against the good, but you don't have any side build. I guess, yeah, you could argue that the hammer drones are the builds, so they won't include the side build, but if you do it like that, just make another build for the mansion or something, I don't remember, but where those hammer drones can fight War Machine and Iron Man instead of the another half armor that we got this year for 50 euros. That would be better than one 20 euro battle pack, in my opinion, because you only get two of the colors of the drones instead of the three that are in the movie. So yeah, I think that would just be better. But with that being said, let's move on to number 15. On number 15, we have another overpriced set, being the Armory of Iron Man. I think this is yet another overused set concept, because we have seen this a lot of times. This is maybe the third or fourth time we have seen this in 5 years, and it's just lame to see it again. I do like the guy with the open chest. I think he hasn't been made before one time, but that was already a ugly version, so that's a pro. Minifigures are good too, so that's probably the only thing that's good about the set. For number 14, we have the Avengers Endgame Chitauri Battle. This is a 50 euro battle pack. It's very overpriced in my opinion. You get a mech which didn't even appear in the film itself, and you get a future Chitauri. It does have a good amount of figures, but it's just kind of a lame set, another endgame set. So that's why it's number 14. Our next set is the Venom car. This is yet another Spider-Man car of a character. I don't think this looks like Venom if it didn't have the uh, cover plate with the Venom logo. I wouldn't recognize it as Venom. I do think the dual molding for Spider-Woman looks good. I just think it's just a regular car. It doesn't look that special, and that's why it's number 13. Next up is the Marvel logo at number 12. I think this set just doesn't look good from the outside. It looks like a really weird box to me, especially the top side. It should be smooth. And they include 5 of the 6 original Avengers and they don't include Hawkeye. You include all of them except one. That's just weird to me. They should have just included 6 of the Avengers. I do think the pop-up version is cool. And yeah, that's just basically it. Our first mech set on this list is the Spider-Man vs. Anti-Venom mech. This is one of the mech series which has been going on for 6 years now, and it's just a cool set. You get 2 figures for a cheap price. You get the new Anti-Venom figure which appeared in the apartment later on. It's a cool set, but it's weird that you get a lot of Spider-Man and Iron Man mechs, but never any other characters. It's rare to see other characters than Iron Man and Spider-Man, but this year we got Iron Man and Spider-Man yet again. For DC we got Superman, so that was a cool thing, but it's just weird to see these characters again and again. I do think the Anti-Venom is a cool thing to get in the set. Definitely why a lot of people would get it. But with that being out of the way, let's move on to number 10. Cracking the top 10, we got the second Marvel mech that released this year. This is the Iron Man mech yet again. I showed 2 other Iron Man mechs that came out in the last 5 years, just a minute. But I think this is better because you get an Ultron, which hasn't appeared in sets for a few years, and you get a cool Iron Man. The Ultron is definitely the reason why you would get this set, but I think another character for a mech would be better than another Iron Man mech.
just wait to see him that many times, just like Spider-Man. But I do think the mechs are cooler than some of the other sets that's released, so that's why it's number 10. Number 9 is yet another one of these cars, which is the Iron Man car. This is a €30 set. It's fairly priced in my opinion. I do think this is one of the better cars that has released in the last years. You also get a good minifig selection, being Iron Man, Black Panther, and a minifig version of Red Hulk. The Red Hulk sunglasses version especially looks cool. The side build is good too. So yeah, you can definitely get a bang for your buck in this set, because it's just a cool car with cool figures. And yeah, that's why it's number 9. For the number 8 spot, we have yet another comic book based set with Thanos. Yeah, it's just another set with minifig version Thanos and nobody cares about him. You do get a cool small version of Hulk. You get the Tesseract, and I do like the way this car looks. And that's why it's number 8. And let's get on to number 7. Number 7 is the Civil War Airport Battle, and the only reason this is number 7 is because of that big Ant-Man. I love that Ant-Man, it's just one of the €30 fix put in a airport set. I love the fix, I just love the way how it looks, the aesthetic. And I definitely like how they made that cool Spider-Man. But with that being said, let's move on to number 6. Number 6 is a set that a lot of people said is overpriced, and it is overpriced. But the mini modulars just look so good. We have like 5 of them and they have all been outstandingly good. The fix in this one are meh. You get a reused Spider-Man fix, a really weird Kraven the Hunter. But besides that, all the figures are just fine. The build looks outstandingly good, and it's just a really nice addition to the mini modular set wave. For number 5, we have a set that finally introduced the Fantastic Four in minifig form. The Pedro Pascal fig and the Ting fig look really good. I think Sue Storm and Johnny, whatever his name is, could be better. I do think they just reuse the old parts every time for Lego Marvel, Star Wars. For a lot of those teams, they just reused old parts, which is really weird because some of them don't even fit on the character themselves. But the Galactus is really cool too. It could have also been one of those big minifigs, which was also in the 2016 airport battle. But with that being said, let's move on to number 4. For number 4, we have yet another one of those mini modular sets, the Spider-Man apartment. I do think this is a really cool set with good figs, 2 exclusive figs being Mary Jane and the Hobgoblin, 2 good side builds, a good build. You can connect this on a lot of different ways to the other modulars. You can put it as a apartment on top. You can just put it next to other ones. And I will definitely be attaching this to my new Daddy Market, which brings us to the next set. This is our first Across the Spider-Verse set. It has 2 exclusive figs being Agent Jefferson and the Spot. It's definitely a surprise to see the Spot in minifigure form. It's just a really cool build. You have a cool shaping, you get a car next to it, and you get the perfect minifig selection for this build in my opinion. You also get a hat and hairpiece for Miles and Gwen, so you can take their masks off, which is also really cool. And if you want to give Miles Morales his leg printing, you can just go out and buy the new CMF for Miles Morales and give him those legs so he is the perfect version he can be. You can also do this for Gwen Stacy, so you have the perfect fix for the set. Number 2 is the Spider-Man vs. Doc Ock train battle. This is the first Sam Raimi set we have gotten in years for Spider-Man. We are getting one next year too. And again, the minifig selection in this set is spot on. You get J. Jonah Jameson, Doc Ock, a battle damaged Spider-Man, and Aunt May. I do think some of the figs are a bit weird because they didn't appear in the scene itself, but it's better than some random civilians. The train looks really good, but it just suffers from its high price. But still, it's a really good set. I will maybe be getting this, but I just want the mother set for Marvel and not something else. For the best set of 2025, we have the Avengers Age of Ultron Quinjet. Everything in the set is perfect. Its price, its minifigures, the shaping. This is probably the best Quinjet we have ever had. It's just so cool. You get a cool Ultron fig. You get Quicksilver, which you haven't seen in years. Everything about the set is perfect. Even the pricing is really good. While it came in a fairly overpriced Marvel wave. But with that being said, this was my ranking for the 2025 sets. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.